Well, ladies and gentlemen, I did a video earlier today highlighting Alita Battle Angel versus the media versus this chap right here. Now, I kid you not, things have developed, they've escalated for the better. We can now 100% confirm that Adam White is a lying douche and bargain. Oh, I'm kidding you not. So I posted my video earlier, right? Now, because I didn't attack the Alita army, I tagged them in it. I used the hashtag. Didn't tag them directly, but I used the hashtag when I checked it up over on Twitter. Now, it's a prominent hashtag at the moment. Lots of people are using it, so it makes sense. Now, for those that don't know what I'm talking about, basically, this article here claims that anyone that supports Alita Battle Angel is basically the alt-right, which is laughable in and unto itself. Don't use that phrase so flippantly. It's not an argument. It shows your complete lack of knowledge, historical knowledge for starters. And yeah, basically just said a whole bunch of lies. So I honestly can't believe this has happened. So basically, the main things I want to point out here is that they started to talk about this man, Adam White, started to talk about an article, right? So earlier this month, a journalist from a US entertainment news site tweeted a request for Alita army members to share the reasoning behind their devotion, right? Only to be set upon after an old tweet resurfaced, which she appeared to mock the fan base. Now, we know who that journalist is now. It's Kylie Harrison. And we'll get to that in a second, because this is an out-and-out lie. Incredibly, it's a straight-up lie. Now, it says, only to be set upon after the old tweet resurfaced, and then there would be an 11-minute video posted about her. They changed this article. Originally, it said an attack. It wasn't an attack, it was just a video in which Alita fans were encouraged not to speak to her. So again, how could it have been attacked? And again, they've changed it, but it did state that it was an attack. After the journalist herself addressed it on Twitter and apologised to the fan base, the video was removed. Now, that woman's done an article. They have spoken to one another. They have apologised to one another. They have all engaged on a very, very civil level. So when we start to read this is why it's really important that I do these videos, and this proves it to me more so than anything why I need to start doing these videos, is that a lot of people would read this and go, oh my god, what a bunch of dicks. You know, those people that just read it on surface level, right? They go, oh, the alt-right parable, oh my god. Because if you take a look at it, any reasonable person would go, well, a bunch of fans were mocked. They were then asked to be interviewed. They said no. They then made a video saying, probably best not to talk to this woman. Don't worry about it. Now, interestingly enough, this chap here didn't ask anyone. Didn't actually ask the journalist about any of this. Because... sorry! What's this, Adam White, my bro? So it's just my take on this Alita army versus the media situation. I'll leave that linked down below in the description box if you want to check it out. Thank you for your video. I was interviewed by that female journalist in the article. Also, it was Alita army officer. I do like the fact that they've called themselves like officers and stuff like that. I think it's kind of cool. Colonel, star of Eliom, Mr. White was referring to, who was actually African American. See my interview. So again, when they start calling people alt-right, and there's African Americans in there, you really don't know what you're talking about. Now, there's actually an interview here by one another, by this Kylie Harrington, not Harrison. And I obviously asked, look, did she know that you recorded this? Because obviously that's important to me. I need to know this stuff. To which he replied, and I kid you not, yes, in fact, she wanted me to record. Check out her Yahoo article, it's great. And it is the Yahoo and the Wrap. So again, because people would say, well, Yahoo's not a prominent US website, but the Wrap is. It's the same. They've just crossed it over. What's this? Sorry? Enigma de Bravaciones. We're not gonna listen to it all, but I want you to listen to some of it.
Live in Missouri, but like around what age group are you in?
I'm 29, and I've known about Alita Battle Angel for a while now, since the 90s. I studied Japanese in high school and in college for a little bit, and so it was kind of...
So the first part of the interview is just asking for background information. Very, very reasonable, very, very civil. Super civil, in fact. And it continues, like, it's just, it's nice. There's nothing threatening about it. In fact, they also make light, well, they don't make light, but they make a comment on the fact that the overall fan base of anime or manga on a whole may have been a bit off-put by the big eyes, may have thought that it was mockery and things like that, which I think is actually a very valid point. I think a lot of people were potentially put off by the big eyes. But when you look at Alita in the manga, it's literally shot for shot. Like, they took Alita from the manga and Rosa Salazar pulled her off incredibly well. It's a really good interview.
5 times and get 15 people out to come and see it. So that was kind of how I helped contribute to that. So that you could say that's when I started hearing about this Alita Army kind of hashtag. So I'm like, oh, I guess I'm sort of part of that, because we were trying to promote the movie, because just simply not enough people know about the film. And there's a rule, I think, in Hollywood where they know that the average movie...
Very civil, right? They're having a laugh and a joke with one another. Sounds really, really civil. Again, let's get to how she is talking to them, because obviously that's important, right? We need to know.
The US has the ability to actually turn it into a live action.
Yeah. I'm sure as an anime fan, that's for anime fans, that would be a very exciting prospect.
Very civil. This is a near 24-minute long interview, which then got translated into a really nice article. How fans fight to save a franchise. Alita Battle Angel is the latest battleground. Now, it's not even... Again, Kylie Harrington, right? Let's have a look. I don't think they have a bio. God damn it, have bios for your people. Well, anyway. A perfectly fine journalist. No issue, really. High awareness and high conversation doesn't always translate to big box office. Now, again, the article is really not that bad. Like, I'm not gonna log in to do any of this crap. But again, there's parts of it here. You know, really fine, nice, no issues with it. The Alita Army, as they call themselves, is the latest example of fans pushing for the continuation of a beloved franchise. Last month, the loyal fan base for Netflix's cancelled sitcom One Day at a Time celebrated its success. So it's just commenting on how people want to save their franchises. And again, like it just says again, the last few months have shown that social media conversations and solid home video sales can seriously inform decisions by studios to invest in lower budget or small screen properties. But it may be an uphill battle for Alita. No, they're not. They're not slating it. I don't think there's a bad word that is said in this. And this guy twisted it, turning them into alt-right Nazis. Alt-right Nazis. Now, again, interestingly enough, when we go to this, because a lot of other interesting things popped up about this, right? So, also, she did publish a article. So, I know the journalist they talk about there. I don't know why the article left it unnamed, but it was Kylie Harrington or The Rap. The person who made the video about her, we're all on very good terms now, and we've all acknowledged that we made mistakes, like grown adults. Personally, I think what you did was reasonable. I wouldn't say like an 11-minute video is massively mature, but I still think it's a reasonable human reaction. Harrington put out a response rejecting the premise of the Independent article. So again, there's apparently... this is just... Again, it just proves how people are just total nonsense. Absolute BS. Absolute BS. So again, if we go to this, right? And they're tagging one another. They are tagging one another now. So we'll just scroll down because I want you guys to see this. I'm proud of the work that went into this one. I wish I could have included more in the final cut. So from what I understand, newsletters are the new podcast and blah, 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 blah. Now, where does it say? Where's the rejection? I honestly, I can't believe it. I literally just been caught out lying like a douche. You need to take down that article. You've been caught red-handed right now. You look like an arse. You look like an... look. The fact that she's happy to sit there and say, yeah, happy to be included in this one, blah, blah, blah. Awesome. So good. Thank you for helping raise awareness. This, again, the Alita Army and all that, they're all talking on good terms. All talking on good terms. So this guy literally just sat there and lied. The Independent clearly has an agenda. I said this from the start. An agenda. I said this in my other video. An agenda against Alita. Absolutely. Captain Marvel was at the same time. Not nearly as much negative attention. You've literally been caught out. You didn't approach Kylie. You didn't do your research. The articles have been made. Nothing alt-right about them. One of them's African American, for God's sake. Yes, I'm sure African Americans in some warped world could probably be Nazis, but it's incredibly unlikely. So anyway, I thought I'd bring you this update video because I think this is good. I think this is something which we need to spread. This is important. This stuff really is important because a lot of people would just see that and go, oh, they're alt-right. Oh my God. Nah, you're a lying sack of turd. You shouldn't be writing anymore. Who can believe a word you say now? Anyway, let me know your thoughts on this down below. If you're new here, hit subscribe. Make sure you share this video. As always, I've been Mr. H. Take care.